Mastering SOC 2 system access controls. Organizations without penetration testing are secretly begging to be hacked. Why does the organization have a formal, documented process in place for conducting regular penetration testing and comprehensive vulnerability assessments to identify and remediate potential weaknesses in its system access controls, and what are the specific steps involved in this process to ensure operational excellence? The organization has a formal, documented process in place for conducting regular penetration testing and comprehensive vulnerability assessments to identify and remediate potential weaknesses in its system access controls. This process is essential to ensure operational excellence in the following ways. Penetration testing process. The organization conducts regular penetration testing, also known as pen testing or ethical hacking, to simulate real-world attacks on its system access controls. This process involves a simulated cyber attack against the system to test its defenses and identify vulnerabilities. The goal of pen testing is to identify weaknesses in the system access controls, including network vulnerabilities, software flaws, and human error. The penetration testing process involves the following steps. 1. Scope definition. The organization defines the scope of the pen test, including the systems, networks, and applications to be tested. 2. Test planning. The organization plans the pen test, including identifying the testing methodology, tools, and techniques to be used. 3. Test execution. The organization executes the pen test, using simulated attacks to test the system access controls. 4. Vulnerability identification. The organization identifies vulnerabilities and weaknesses in the system access controls, including technical vulnerabilities, such as unpatched software, and non-technical vulnerabilities, such as inadequate passwords. 5. Risk assessment. The organization assesses the risks associated with each identified vulnerability, prioritizing them based on their severity and potential impact. 6. Remediation. The organization develops and implements remediation plans to address the identified vulnerabilities, including patching software, configuring firewalls, and enhancing password policies. 7. Verification. The organization verifies that the remediation plans have been successfully implemented and that the vulnerabilities have been remediated. Comprehensive vulnerability assessments. In addition to penetration testing, the organization conducts comprehensive vulnerability assessments to identify potential weaknesses in its system access controls. These assessments involve a thorough examination of the system's security posture, including its network, hardware, software, and data. The comprehensive vulnerability assessment process involves the following steps. 1. Assessment planning. The organization plans the assessment, including identifying the systems, networks, and applications to be assessed. 2. Data collection. The organization collects data on the system's security posture, including network diagrams, system configurations, and software versions. 3. Vulnerability scanning. The organization uses automated tools to scan for vulnerabilities in the system, including network vulnerabilities, software flaws, and configuration weaknesses. 4. Risk analysis. The organization analyzes the collected data and vulnerability scan results to identify potential risks to the system access controls. 5. Report generation. The organization generates a comprehensive report detailing the identified vulnerabilities, risks, and recommended remediation steps. 6. Remediation. The organization develops and implements remediation plans to address the identified vulnerabilities, including patching software, configuring firewalls, and enhancing password policies. 7. Verification. The organization verifies that the remediation plans have been successfully implemented and that the vulnerabilities have been remediated. Operational excellence. The organization's formal, documented process for conducting regular penetration testing and comprehensive vulnerability assessments ensures operational excellence in several ways. 1. Proactive identification and remediation of vulnerabilities. Regular penetration testing and vulnerability assessments enable the organization to proactively identify and remediate potential weaknesses in its system access controls, reducing the risk of security breaches and ensuring the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of sensitive data. 2. Improved security posture. The organization's comprehensive vulnerability assessments and penetration testing ensure that its security posture is continuously monitored and improved, reducing the risk of security breaches and ensuring operational excellence. 3. Enhanced compliance. The organization's formal, documented process for conducting penetration testing and vulnerability assessments ensures compliance with relevant regulatory requirements, such as SOC 2, and industry standards, such as NIST. 4. Increased efficiency. The organization's documented process for penetration testing and vulnerability assessments ensures that the process is repeatable, efficient, and effective, reducing the overall cost and time required to identify and remediate vulnerabilities. In conclusion, the organization's formal, documented process for conducting regular penetration testing and comprehensive vulnerability assessments ensures operational excellence by proactively identifying and remediating potential weaknesses in its system access controls, improving its security posture, enhancing compliance, and increasing efficiency.